All right, bro. Where are you trying to get today?
Uh, I want a mid taper with some off the top, the back, and then trim the sides down a little bit with the side design and design on the back.
So for the top, you just want a light trim,
Yeah,
and then you want the design on the side, and then do you want a design in the back too?
yeah, make it like lead onto it as well.
But I got you, bro. Hey guys, all right, let's get started with this taper tutorial. Here I go with my 1.5 guard, halfway closed, just debulking and cleaning up that area. Making sure it's consistent all the way around the back, just so when I put in that fade, everything is nice, smooth, and consistent. Now let's go ahead and put in that bald line with the trimmer. I'm making sure it's even and it's straight all across the back of the head. Making sure it's clean and it's a smooth line. So when I put in my fade, it's also smooth and clean and consistent. I'm making sure to clean up the bottom, just so when I put in that fade, I don't have to worry about it later. Alright guys, let's go ahead and put in that first guideline with 0, no guard, open. I'm making sure to keep it consistent all the way across the head. This is very important if you want to have smooth and consistent fades. Alright, now we're going to put in our 1 guard. Here we go with our 1 guard open, making sure we keep the guidelines consistent, just so we can get a smooth, clean fade at the end of this video. So make sure to just be gentle and keep your guidelines consistent, just so it makes it easier for you to have a clean fade. So there, I closed up my 1 guard just so I can start blending out that line just a bit, and then I'm gonna come in with my half guard. So first I come with my 1.5, debulking a bit more where I saw a little bit of excess bulk, and then I came in with my half guard to get rid of that line fully. And I'm just gonna play with my lever, close it up a bit if I need to, as I did there. And I'm just working at that line, just making sure to get it out so there's no lines in my fade. Continue to detail, as it is the most important part of the haircut. Just keep detailing so you have a clean fade. Now I come in with my shaver just to bald him out and give his haircut 3 more days, make it last longer, and just make it look cleaner. This is very important. Now let's go ahead and go in with our no guard halfway closed, starting to take out that bottom line. I'm going to make sure to go all across the back of the head. You guys can see a slight guideline, and I just closed my lever and I'm going in to take off that full line. I did create a smaller guideline, so then I come in with my 0 open to make sure I take out all the lines that I see. So I'm slightly detailing, which I just said is the most important part. So keep detailing until you see a fade. Keep detailing until you are happy with what you are giving the client. Remember, these clients are paying you to give them the best service you can possibly give them. Make sure you detail and give them your best work. I'm just continuing to detail until I'm fully satisfied. Here, I go ahead and get my half guard just so I can detail a bit more. And I can see it coming together. You guys let me know if you guys saw that fade coming together. Now we're going to go ahead and start with the side. Again, using our 1.5 guard just to debulk. He had a design the haircut before, and he wanted the design again on this haircut. So you guys will see some inconsistencies in the fade just before that reason that he had a design prior to this haircut. So again, we're going with our trimmer, creating our bod line. and cleaning it up at the bottom so we don't have to worry about it later. Now we go with our 0 open, creating our next guideline. Remember to keep it consistent. Again, our 1 guard open to create our next guideline, keeping it consistent to the previous guideline so we can get the cleanest fade and give the client something to be happy about. Again, let's go with the shaver to bald him out, make this haircut a little bit more crisp. Now we're going to go in with our 0 halfway closed, and then we will close it as needed to get that line fully out. We're detailing, making sure this fade is coming together the right way. Make sure you do whatever you need to get your fades nice and sharp. Again, I'm detailing with my half guard to bring that fade. Continue to detail until you get something that you're happy with. Now I'm bringing it with my trimmer just to line up his C cup. I start at the top and go toward the bottom, making sure it's in that C shape. Then I come in with my razor to get him fully sharp, and this just makes the haircut pop out even more. If you're barely starting, make sure to be careful with this step, as you can cut and nick your clients. Now I'm going to come in with my trimmer on the back side over the ear, and then I'm going to line up the back. This is one of my favorite parts because it just complements the haircut and brings everything together. I'm just continuing to detail this line so it can be as sharp as possible and so it can complement the head. Comment down below if you guys can see this fade coming together. Here I come in to do some razor work with my straight razor. I have the 245 straight razor cartridge, which is my favorite in my opinion. I come in and as you guys can see, I pulled the ear away from the way I am cutting. This is just so I prevent nicks by stretching the skin. It makes it way easier for me to be safe and to not cut my client. Now I'm going to go around the ear just so I can make this side taper a lot sharper, and it just makes it stand out even more. Still, I am continuing to be very careful and pulling the ear the opposite way that I'm using the straight razor, just so I can prevent cuts, but still get him as sharp as possible. I noticed that it wasn't even all around, so I made sure to come in detail just to make it sharp and give him that perfect lineup. I'm continuing to detail just to make sure he leaves out of my chair happy. So let's go ahead and start on the other side. Again, I'm debulking with my 1.5 guard halfway closed, making sure to take off all that overhanging hair that's going to cover my fade. Now I come in with my trimmer so I can create my first bald line, and this just creates the first step to the rest of my fade. I'm going to continue to bald them out and take off all the excess hair. His hair grew a different direction where I'm cutting now, so I made sure to turn my trimmer a different direction as well. Now I'm going in with my 0 open again creating that next guideline after that bald line. Then I come in with my one guard to continue adding and stacking my guidelines, making sure to keep them consistent and making sure it complements his hair type and the direction of his hair growth. Then I come in with my shaver to bald him fully out, again giving him that extra sharpness, the extra longevity of his haircut. Now I come in with my 0 halfway closed, and I'm going to close it as needed to get that line fully out. Remember to detail, it is so important to get the cleanest and sharpest fades. I now come in with my half guard to do some more detailing and to bring this fade fully together. Continue to detail to get your fade as perfect as you possibly can. I realized that there was a little bit of extra weight, so I came in with my 1.5 guard to take that off. Come in with my 1 guard to continue and detail this fade. And what you guys are seeing me do now is detail. Then I come in with my comb and my shears to bring down some of that excess hair around the C-cup, so when I come to line it up in the end, it's so much easier and the hair is not as long, so it doesn't look like a chunk of hair is just hanging over his C-cup. Now I come in with my trimmer to come and line them up. I'm starting at the top and then I go toward the bottom and I just connect both points. Make sure to detail your lineups to get them as crisp as you want them. I'm really using that corner of the blade so I can get this as sharp as possible. Then I come in with my straight razor to make sure I give him a sharp, clean lineup. Then I go ahead and start lining up the back and above his ear. I come in again with just the corner of my blade so I can have more control over the line. Then I noticed here his hair grows in a different pattern, so instead of putting that line, I just grazed my trimmer over it. And here again, I'm using only the corner of my blade to create that line. When you use the corner of your blade, it's almost like drawing or using a pencil, so it just makes it a lot easier for you guys to do this part. Now I'm going to come in with my straight razor and just making sure his haircut looks way sharper than if I didn't use it, and still being careful to not cut him and making sure he's safe. So I do pull the ear to stretch the skin for this reason only. I'm just continuing to stretch the skin so I don't cut him, and this makes it easier as well to put in that line with your straight razor. Now after all this work, I'm going to show you guys the results. You guys let me know how this haircut came out. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment what you guys want to see. Thank you guys. Love you guys. I appreciate the support.